Hello everyone, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so excited to have you guys here. We are just going to dive straight into your reading. I'm so sorry I did not get a general reading out yesterday. I have friends visiting from out of town, so time just gets away from you, you know. We were having fun. All right, guys. So I like to start my readings by thanking those of you who have been watching my videos, who have been liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so very much. If you're new here, welcome. I really hope that you find a reading that resonates with you here. And if you do, that you'll hit that subscribe button for me. All right, we're gonna dive right in. Just keep in mind, these are general readings. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, here we go. For Pisces, please, Spirit, for Pisces. What do we have for Pisces today? Gosh, you guys, this is the the last reading I did, so it wasn't yesterday, but I guess it was the day before. You also got forgiveness. Wow. Something's going on here, Pisces. And you know what this feels like? You know, it feels very much like I'm getting so many messages, you guys. I'm sorry. This is a general reading, but again, I'm getting, you know, for some of you, this may be someone from your past who you're in separation from. For some of you, this may be someone where something is kind of starting out, you know, you're maybe coming together with somebody here. For others of you, this is something that is coming and it's not here yet. But what I'm seeing is there's this energy of not necessarily really putting your focus on this connection, but instead it's like when you're in a relationship, especially when you've been in a relationship for a long time, you aren't really thinking about that relationship all the time. You know what I mean? But you are considering that person all the time. Like, without even really thinking about it, because you've just grown so accustomed to that way of thinking that that's kind of like where you're at. And you have this act as if your partner is here. And so for some of you, it's like, it's like I'm getting this really like something is very close at hand here. It feels very close, and it feels like your steadiest energy going into it is to sort of act as if you already have it. How does it feel? How do you act when that already belongs to you? Like when you're already living that experience. What is that? And like in your own head even. How do I even want to say this? It's like when you're manifesting, they say, okay, you know, visualize what you want, Now, how does it feel? You know, you go a step deeper. What does it smell like? What are the sounds of it? What are the, you know, like immerse yourself in it. And that's kind of how this feels. It feels like this energy of be that person, be the person that is where you be that version of yourself. You know what I mean? And you have this look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. I feel like, you know, this is, you know, for some of you, this is something that you want. It's something that you are trying to call into your life. For others of you, it's something that kind of, I want to say, you don't want to mess up, or you know, you want it to continue on like the way that it's going, or you want it to deepen, or you want it to strengthen, or you want it to grow. And so what do you do with something like that? You nurture it, you give to it, you know? And with this look to your inner strength energy, this is like, you know, we are far more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. We are far more powerful than, you know, we even realize. And a lot of times in life, you know, we can really, you know, call things in, yes, but help them to become without forcing them, without clinging to them, without controlling them, without manipulating them, just by providing the right energy for them to thrive. And you have this forgiveness, and it says nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. And this is, so, you know, sometimes you'll be manifesting. I was just having a kind of a deep conversation with my friend about this. You'll be manifesting, right? And and things even maybe start to sort of seem like they're good. Or like we were talking, I'm always looking at Zillow and, you know, being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this house, you know what I mean? And not that, I mean, like, I love my house, I'm not looking to move or anything like that, but like, I still look at Zillow and think that. And you know, there is a certain element of manifestation in that. And then, you know, when you do that, then your mind will say, well, how are you going to afford that? Like, realistically, you're not going to be able to afford that in this lifetime. And those are narratives, those are stories kind of that we tell ourselves based on, you know, first of all, kind of like what we know or what we have experienced, or, you know, just the reality of, okay, well, it takes money and you're only making this much money, so how are you going to be able to afford something like that? And when you're really a strong manifester and a really good manifester, you let go of those stories. You let go of those narratives. You let go of those limitations. And you accept that there are a million ways that it could work out. There are a million ways that that could fall into your lap. There are a million ways that, you know, something that you start today could, you know, bloom and blossom at huge rates and just absolutely take your breath away and just shock you and surprise you. You know, when we focus on the limitlessness, instead of saying, well, in my past experiences, my relationships haven't worked out, or that's not, you know, really realistic. Like, I actually was even talking to another tarot card reader about this, how, you know, you'll do a tarot card reading, and, you know, I try to always remind you guys that things are on a spectrum, right? And so whatever energy I'm picking up on is that energy, but it's somewhere on the spectrum. And a lot of times it is really dependent on what you believe, you know? If you think, okay, that's not possible, oh, you know, like whatever, that's too good to be true, then guess what? It will always be too good to be true. You know, you have to be able to say, yeah, you know what? I deserve that. Yeah, you know what? That does happen. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's actually a really big part of it. Because if at the heart of the thing, you don't believe in it and you don't think that it's possible based on your past experiences or based on, you know, what you've observed or whatever, your belief system, which sometimes is actually passed down in our DNA, then it will always be elusive. It will always be outside your reach. It will always be something that you know, want but don't believe in, you know? So this forgiveness energy is really giving me this vibe of sort of like neutrality. It's like, I don't need you to go all the way to, yeah, I think this is happening. I just need you to get to the place where you believe it's possible it could happen. You see what I mean? And then surrender it. You have back to what you love, reevaluate your desires. And this is talking about, I feel like this is talking about getting back to, you know, taking active steps in your life that show the universe that, like, yeah, you're aligning yourself with this future that you're imagining and that you're dreaming about, and that you're taking, you know, active steps to sort of make this a reality. You are, you know, Rumi said, beautiful days don't come to you, you must walk towards them. You're walking towards your beautiful days, right? But you're not trying to control it. You're not trying to force it. You're not trying to manipulate it. You're just open to receiving it, which just means that you believe it is possible. So if you're in a new relationship, you know, instead of having those moments where you're like, oh man, this is the part where it always goes off the rails, or oh man, here's where they start pulling away, oh man, go, you know what, I believe it's possible that this time it will work out. You know, just replace all of those doubts and those fears and those past experiences that, oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, look at the card that came out. Not everything is meant to happen. That's the thing too. Not everything is meant to last forever. It isn't. You know, my dad, he was a pretty amazing, like, I guess I'll call him a businessman, but he did defense contracting. He would always say, you know what, things are not meant to last forever. Like even businesses, you know, like we're not meant to like prop things up so that they can stay around forever. You know, there is an ebb and flow. There is a, you know, this is needed at this time, but then it's not needed past that time. You know, like you got to be able to let things go. And you also got to be able to accept that, okay, wow, that served its purpose. That was that time. And that's, you know what I mean? And so, you know, when you look at these things from your past, instead of kind of allowing our past experiences to limit what we believe is possible moving forward, it's kind of going, wow, that wasn't actually, you know, meant to last forever. What, you know, that I thought that was amazing. So what is it that's going to last forever? You know, it could be even more amazing. You know, so much of it is just this energy of acceptance when it comes to dealing with the past, and when it comes to dealing with the future, it is believing that anything is possible, that it could take your breath away, that it could be better than anything that you could have imagined. You know, it's possible. And it's just staying religiously and in that energy, reminding yourself of that all the time. So, all right, in the next set of cards, you have oneness, optimism, bliss, and sacredness. And man, I mean, honestly, this is like the coming together of a connection to me. You know, at first it's like you have to believe that your one is out there. This is a unicorn. This isn't everybody. You're not going to be able to make it work with everybody. It's not a, you know, okay, let me bend and then keep bending and then keep bending to make this relationship last, to make it work, to make it be what I want it to be, or what I'm hoping for, or what I'm looking for. It's also understanding that no, it's like we got to find that unicorn. We've got to find that one rare bird that we connect with on such a deep level that it can evolve. It can go through many transformations, you know, because that's really what it is. Like, you have to be able to connect on such a level that no matter what life throws at you, or no matter what transformations your life takes place, you get sick, you know, time goes on, you have kids, the kids go, you know, you have to be able to take on all of those changes and stay together and stay a team and stay in this energy of oneness. And it requires choice. It requires, but it at the heart of the matter, it requires all the right ingredients, you know. This coming together energy, right? When we find that person, when we recognize like eternity in someone's eyes, you know, not to be cheesy, but that's how this feels like. Look at it, you know. That perfect balance of masculine and feminine energy, you know, Kundalini energy, Ida and Pengali just weaving all through reaching the crown chakra and illuminating this energy of bliss within us. Um, that is the newness, that is the freshness. It's not to say that you won't continue to experience this bliss throughout life. You know, you do for sure. I feel like, I mean, that's been my experience, is that, I mean, I still feel that with my husband, but not like every single day, all the time, every minute. You know what I mean? It's not like the same thing as when you're coming together and you have butterflies in your stomach and you're like, oh my God, this is so good. I can't believe it. You know, I found this person. Because like the recognition stage is so intense, you know? But then it's like it moves to this space of sacredness. It moves to this space of stability and strength and endurance and perseverance and calm. And the calm is what you treasure. The calm, the comfortability, the you know, I don't even know how to say this, but I don't, you know, like for me, I guess personally, it's kind of like, you know, I grew up in a house with a lot of chaos, a lot of yelling, a lot of like sort of unsafe, unstable kind of energy. You just didn't know what to expect. And so for me, what I treasure about my connection and my home and my life is that it is calm. Like there isn't fighting. There isn't, you know, it's like being on the same page. It is that sense of peace, that sense of like coming back to this really strong, stable, safe place. Always having it, you know? And like all these lights, it feels like the energy of you know, when you have this, you have, your cup is running over. So you have it to give. You have it to put back out into the universe. You have that stability, that strength, that love, that sense of connection, that sense of peace, that sense of calm, that sense of everything is going to be all right, you guys. It really is. You can put that out there because you know it. That's the experience of your soul, you know? And then you have this oneness energy, and this is the energy of union, right? This is that energy of two becoming one, to a duality coming into sameness. Interesting. As I'm shuffling these cards, they're like doing crazy things, you know, flipping around. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys. What is that quote? You know, I think it's Paulo Coelho. The whole universe conspires to make it so. Ugh, Archangel Michael. I love Archangel Michael. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, what the hell? This really feels like a very spiritual message. I feel like the presence of spirit like strongly here. This is like, I feel like this is saying to each and every single one of you, none of you being left out of that, all of you that are listening to this. It feels very much that, you know, spirit is saying like, be open to the possibility that it is so. You know, have a strong visualization, have a strong idea of what you want, of what you're looking for, and release it into the universe and trust it. You know that you are protected, know that you are safe. Archangel Michael's presence is always telling you that. You know, you are safe, you are protected. You can call on him, you can reach out to him, you can, you know, ask him for his help at any time. He is always there. You also have support, celebration, and listening. And you see how this is like a person talking to like an angel. This is like, it is just like literally telling me that it's like ask for what you want right now. Just ask for it, Pisces. Whatever it is that you want, just ask for it. And ask for it repeatedly, and ask for it when you wake up in the morning, when you're going to sleep at night. Wake up with it in your heart and fall asleep with it in your heart, and just ask for it. Because I feel like there is a whole team up there wanting to help you bring this into being. They're listening, and they want to celebrate with you as all of this comes together. You have this divine timing energy on the bottom of the deck, and it's Cupid with his bow and arrow. So either you've got somebody coming back, you are with somebody and it's moving to another level of a relationship here, or you've got someone coming in. I just feel like none of you are left out of that statement. You just have to believe in it. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so take it as it resonates, guys, but you just have to be open to the possibilities. You can't sit there in your head and say, oh yeah, right, okay, come on, you're just blowing sunshine at my rear, like, no, I'm not. I have way better things to do with my life and my time than sit here and tell you stuff that's not true, or that I don't really feel and believe. Like, I'm here for connection and for love and to, this right here. Because I have it to give. All right, here we go. For Pisces. Okay. Wow, so we have the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Oh, wow. We've got the Magician. Man, you guys. All right, what I see here, this is like a human, right? And we're kind of on this very narrow path sometimes, where, we feel like if we go one way or we go another way, it's like, it's almost kind of overwhelming. Life has a tendency of kind of keeping us off balance, right? It kind of has this way of, very rarely do we have long stretches of time as human beings where we just get to be comfortable. We have no impetus for change. We have no, challenge to us. We have no, you know what I'm saying? And so when we do it ourselves, but it's like even saying to me, the path of life is about transformation with all these butterflies. And it's like, it's just focusing on putting one foot in front of the other, right? And like, oh man, underneath that you have the Nine of Swords. So it's kind of this energy of like keeping fear at bay, focusing on where you're going, not where you have been, and there's even this, what is that? An infinity symbol. Yeah. It's, oh my gosh, guys, this is so spiritual, but it's like, it's remembering that you are so much more than this moment in time. You are so much more than this experience, always. It's the zooming out sort of energy, right? But it's also living mindfully, living consciously, living with intention. Because with this Magician here, there is this energy of, remembering, right, that you are an alchemist, that you are a manifester, that you do have so many tools in your tool belt. It's like sometimes life can be so challenging that we're just focusing, or just, it doesn't even have to be challenging. It can just be that it requires so much focus. you know, if you're working a full-time job and sometimes two jobs, and if you have kids or if you have pets, or and if you have a house or you have, you know, anything that requires any kind of maintenance, right? I mean, you got to clean regardless of where you're living or what you're doing, right? And you know, just these things, it's like you have to keep so many things on your mind. You have so many things on your plate every single day. And then life will throw in the, you know, dead car battery or the flat tire or the, you know, unexpected bill that makes it really hard to buy groceries, or the, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, it's like, this magician energy is saying, it's like you are much better equipped than sometimes you realize. And at times you are juggling all these things, you are handling all of these things incredibly well, you know, without, you know, without even being like, wow, I'm really handling this well. It's kind of like you are just sort of taking on all of these things of life. And I like, it's kind of like, don't get so sucked into that, or so like let your view of life become so small that that's all there is. It's like, remember that all of the time that you're walking those steps, you also have this insane ability to be a creator and to manifest and to create a life that is, you know, different, or that has, you know, more support, or more, you know, abundance, or more ease, or more whatever. It's like, it's not just about like living what is in front of you, but it's also about creating what is in front of you. You know, that's part of being a mindful and conscious living being. It is just always keeping in mind, like, not just this material world, but like also all the possibilities that exist and that you can call into your life. And, you know, sometimes it's like we just get so sucked into this really narrow view and just keep putting one foot in front of the other, just trying to keep our balance from everything that's coming at us, that we sometimes forget that we are actually like far more than just living in this human body, in this human world, in this human situation. You know, we can tap into so much more than that. Then you have this page of water with this king of fire. Okay, so what I feel like, Pisces, is there is some energy here of you really remembering your own power, and you really stepping into it, and you really manifesting, and you really creating. And for some of you, there is possibly a fire sign or a water sign. When I see the king of fire with the page of water, what I feel like is there's someone who generally relies on their charisma, that generally relies on their how do I want to say, like, their charm, their personality, their warmth to kind of get what they want, or to kind of go after what they want. And when they're employing this energy of the page of water, they're stepping out of their comfort zone, and they're stepping into a, instead of being this big gregarious kind of human, I'm going to show you my authenticity. I'm going to show you my ability to kind of tap into my emotion, or to even just to communicate authentically without my mask, without my flirtation, without my boisterousness, without my you know, this big fiery energy, right? It's like I also know how to employ a softer side. So for me, this is saying that you may have even manifested this experience where I feel like someone's coming forward to say something to you. I feel like it may be, you may be very focused on like getting something done at the time, or you may be, It may even be like you're very focused on your day-to-day life or just putting one foot in front of the other, and then this feels kind of remarkable. It feels like it's coming out of the blue, but it also feels like something that you have manifested. Either you've been manifesting it for a long time, or you sort of manifested it, surrendered it, and forgot about it, and now here it is. But, you know, when a King of Wands comes at you with the energy of the Page of Water, this is a big deal. This is sincere. This is authentic. This is it's coming from a place of, I know what I want and I'm going after it, but I'm even willing to make myself uncomfortable. I'm even willing to do something that I haven't really ever done or that I'm not very good at, you know, in order to have it, or to, you know, because I know that that's what's needed here, you know, and this is how serious I am about wanting it. Wow. 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 Okay. So Pisces, you have the Eight of Cups clarifying the Magician. You have the King of Swords clarifying the King of Fire and the Page of Water. This is, and then you have the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so, you know, the Three of Swords is just telling me, it's like this, you know, we all have suffering. We have all had not very good experiences that may cause us to limit our belief system about what is really possible. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I believed that was all possible at one point until I had my heart broken, until believing that left me completely vulnerable to, you know, a narcissist, or, you know, like the worst moment of my life or whatever. And like, it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't believed that that was possible or whatever, you know what I mean? And so something about that story taught you to believe that that isn't possible. That's not true. That's actually kind of a false narrative, right? Because it wasn't possible with that person at that time. That doesn't mean it's not possible altogether. And believing it isn't what left you vulnerable. Believing it left you open to the possibility of it, which could have happened had it been the right person at the right time. Believing in it isn't what hurt. What hurt is that it was the wrong person in the wrong time, you know, or the wrong time, or whatever, you know what I mean? And probably there were signs there that we overlooked because we wanted to believe something that there might not have been evidence of, you know what I'm saying? And it might have kept us in a situation that may have caused our suffering, right? But that doesn't mean that the foundational belief that it was possible was the problem. And so you have this Magician with the Eight of Cups, and this is saying, you know, you got to step away from the Eight of Cups. Is like these things that we've emotionally invested in that never panned out, that never took us to a place of emotional contentment. You know, where we invested, hoping and believing that we were going to get to the Nine of Cups, the 10 of Cups with that person or in that situation, but it never panned out. And it's like, we don't have to carry those 8 cups around. We don't have to carry the memory of those 8 cups around. We don't have to carry the disappointment of those 8 cups around. We have to be willing to turn our back on those 8 cups and walk toward the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. That's what the 8 of Cups is about. And so you still have to believe that it's possible, that you can have emotional contentment with yourself, and that you can have emotional contentment with another person. You still have to believe in it. So in order to do that, right? So, and that's what this is all about. It is being able to completely leave behind these past circumstances and situations where you may have invested and may have been heartbroken and experienced suffering and it didn't work out, so that you can step into your true power as this Magician. And you can even alchemize those experiences into the experience that you want to have. So then you have this Page of Water with this King of Wands being clarified by this King of Swords. this may be someone who's coming towards you who has also suffered and who is much more comfortable in the energy of the King of Swords, right? Where they're really not risking anything, you know, where they're very logical, they're very analytical. Either it works, either it makes sense, or it doesn't. It's black and white, it's on paper, it's this, it's that. You know, we don't have to, you know, our heart never actually gets involved, da 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 da. But this King of Swords, you can see, is actually employing very different energy to kind of come forward here, or to have some kind of conversation. And it feels like you're manifesting it. It also feels that this coming together is really requiring that both of you step outside your comfort zone, or both of you step outside of a space that you've created for yourself because of past suffering. That's been a safe place, that's been a kind of a comfortable place to maybe heal, or to maybe move on, or to maybe, you know, make progress. It's asking both of you to kind of take a risk here. Wow, yeah, to have what you want. Woo! All right, so this actually is pretty wild. This, you have the Six of Wands with the Page of Wands, and this is saying, this is even going one step further than I believe it's possible. This is saying, you know, like, this is actually a belief within myself, and it is a belief within, it's a belief that I can be successful. It's a belief that I do have the power to choose something that I really want and to be successful at it. And that, you know, I can have what I desire. This Four of Air, this is someone who is, you know, healing, who is not letting their mind get to them. The other thing that the King of Swords represents is someone who has mastered their thinking, their mind. And with the Four of Air, this is someone who's relaxed. This is someone who is trying to let nature take its course and not think too much, not overthink, not kind of get fearful or panicky, or, you know, any of the other things that thinking can do with you. You know what I mean? This is someone who's really focused on just keeping an open mind and not being an environment where fear and, you know, anxiety and those things can flourish. It's like, nope, I'm just going to stay relaxed. I'm just going to stay in this energy of everything is going to be all right. I trust the universe. See, there's even like a peace sign on his shirt. All right, and you have the Star card in the bottom of the deck, and this is what we're employing in order to have this wish fulfillment, in order to like be able to receive what is meant for us at this place. Wow, with the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. There is a required, wow. Okay. So there is a required energy, like, I don't want to call it required, but there is an energy that like just walks hand in hand with the star. It is the Star card energy. And that is an energy of hope and optimism. And it's like, I almost feel like these are the two buckets on this person's shoulder. One is hope and one is optimism. And, you know, you had optimism come out somewhere around here. And it's like, you know, there is this energy of just actually really believing that it is true. And with the Star card, you know, you have this really super spiritual energy coming throughout this reading, throughout this entire reading. I can just feel it, of just like, you know, when something is meant to be, you know, those things in the past, those things that didn't work, those things that caused suffering, they were not meant to be. This feels kind of meant to be. So you have the Page of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Six of Wands and the Page of Wands. So this to me is saying, you know, no more observing from the outside looking in, you know, no more you know, maybe watching other people have it, or, you know, kind of like, it could even be like watching videos, like watching tarot videos, or watching dating advice videos, or watching, or reading, or, you know, taking in on Instagram, like maybe seeing other happy couples and being like, why not me? The Page of Swords is, you know, somebody that's sort of hiding behind the screen, sort of, you know, wanting, hoping, being curious about those things, but not having it and not stepping forward into the light. It's kind of a watcher and an observer rather than a doer and a be in the thick of it. The Page of Fire is someone who's like, here I am showing up. And this is what I desire, and I'm choosing this, and I'm going after it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like we're releasing this energy of kind of being a passive observer of what we want, and we're taking the reins in our own hands. You see what I'm saying? And then with the Four of Air, it's being clarified by the Eight of Wands. The Four of Air can also be like a separation between two people. So this can be someone from your past that you haven't spoken to in a while. This can also be where, you know, you've been in the beginning of a relationship and someone's just been content to sort of let nature take its course and to just sort of be calm and be at peace and just not let fear and anxiety kind of come in and rob them of this experience, where now they're starting to hit a gear, or like maybe even a crossroads where they're like, we actually need to have a conversation about this, or we actually need to like take this to a different level to in order to move ahead and have success without a lot of obstacles. You know, we need to make the team official, kind of a thing. Or you know, for others of you, if this is someone you haven't met yet, it's like someone coming out of a healing cycle and kind of being struck by Cupid's arrow again, you know. We call the Eight of Wands Cupid's arrow card, and that you know, this is like someone who has healed and is ready to be struck by that arrow and is ready to take action and is ready to have success and victory here. And then you have the Ace of Cups, which is, you know, the universe providing you an opportunity at love. Pisces, your energy is on fire. I'm just saying. It really is. Oh my gosh, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Two Ace of Cups here. Okay. Wow. This is a very spiritual connection. Like I said, you have the Lovers and you have the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is where, you know, with that Magician energy, where we're putting that manifestation out there. The Four of Wands is where we see it come into reality. You know, we've called it down from the ethers into reality. We found our person. Like, look at this. The angels have brought us together. It's so crazy because it feels as though all the time I keep getting this feeling of like, you're sort of doing life. And, you know, for some of you, it's like life may even be getting a little bit overwhelming, or you may just almost sometimes be at the end of your rope. Like, I don't know how much longer I can just keep sustaining what I have going on. And it's like the universe is saying to you, stop sustaining what you have going on. And remember, you're a manifester, you're a creator. Take this moment and create something different for yourself. This is the end of a difficult cycle. You are coming into harmony, you're coming into unity here with a soulmate. And this, you know, how do I want to say it? It's like, there's something that's trying to come through here where it's like our life is a reflection of our choices. And sometimes we think our choices, do I go right or do I go left? You know, when really our choices begin somewhere else entirely. It's like I'm like seeing that coin on the counter as like a seed, within ourselves. And it's like, it may even be like the present moment, and kind of like, okay, what are you doing with this present moment? Are you even present in the moment? Are you present in the moment, or are you thinking about all the things that you need to get done, all the things you need to do, what's coming up in the week, what happened this morning, what happened yesterday, what happened last week? Are you allowing all of those things to sort of overburden you or prevent you from not accessing your full power in this moment? It's just a question to ask yourself. And then it's like to say, okay, are you willing to give your power away like that? Are you willing to say, okay, all of these things have power over me? Or are you willing to say, in this moment, I'm going to be fully present. I'm not going to worry about what happened before. I'm not going to worry about what's coming. I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to visualize exactly what I want my life to look like, or exactly like, I'm just going to speak to my team of angels, my spirit guides. I'm going to say, this is what I want. This is what I'm asking for, and I'm going to make the choice to believe that it's possible, that it is going to show up, and that I am going to say to myself, I have manifested it. I trust it. I've surrendered it to the universe. That's all I can do. And I'm acting as if it is already mine. I'm acting as if it's going to drop into my life at any given moment. And I expect that it will, because I know that it's possible. For fire, here it is. Ace of water, ace of water. It's a new beginning in love. Something to make your life easier. It may even, for some of you, it can even be the ability to take care of yourself. Something's coming in quick. Yep, it's coming in quick. It's like you're going from 1 minute kind of being like, man, a little bit of a scarcity mindset. It's like once that mindset shifts, once you truly can manifest without editing, or without judging, or without being critical, or without saying, yeah, that's possible, or no, that's not possible. Once you're able to just be like, it definitely could be true, and I'm going to act as if it is, and I'm living my life as if this is the truth, and this is what's happening, and this is what's going on, you'll completely release. Like the Five of Pentacles are all the things that really hold us back underneath, inside us, For me, the Five of Pentacles represents all those fears that at the core of our being, every spiritual being having a human experience has. That you're not worthy of what you want. That you're not, that even if you were to have what you wanted, you couldn't enjoy it because the other shoe would drop and you would be abandoned and it would be taken from you. We all have a fear of abandonment. We all have a fear of intimacy. We all have a fear that we're not good enough somewhere inside us. And it's how we work with those things. It's how we bring them into mindful awareness. It's the choices that we make in regards to this. Do we give into it? Do we let this dictate to us how we live our life? Or do we say to ourselves, okay, how can I just scoot that scale a little bit towards the light every single day? How can I just move past this? How can I just heal, release wounding, find confidence, find strength, let go of those things that overwhelm me, and let go of those things that they're really like beliefs that limit my daily basis, that show up in the material world all the time. Carl Jung, or Jung, or whatever, however you want to say his name, he said, our subconscious mind, like, oh man, our subconscious mind really dictates to us like our life experience, and some people call it fate, but it's really our subconscious mind, our belief system. And our belief system in there is this energy of the Five of Pentacles for all of us. And so it is it is in becoming consciously aware that we all have this, and looking at it, making a decision to consciously look at it within ourselves and look at how it's steering our ship, and if it's steering our ship in a good way or in a bad way, and or in the direction we want to go or the direction we don't want to go. And if it's the direction we don't want to go, then how do we move more toward the middle of the road or move more toward the light? How do we let that go? How do we release it? And when it comes to the subconscious mind, one of the best things you can do are mantras. It is consciously reprogramming it. It is, on YouTube, if you look up like mantras to attract love, mantras to attract abundance, and you fall asleep listening to them and you listen to them when you first wake up, it will change your life. It absolutely will change your life. There's so many studies about it. There's so many things. I can tell you from my own personal experience that it changed mine. And especially like if you have been wounded, or if you have suffered, or if you had a rough childhood, or if you've had some kind of abusive situation, you really have to reprogram your subconscious mind. You really have to be willing to let go of the scarcity mindset, because otherwise your past will always dictate your present and your future. And so I highly recommend that. I have this mantra on my phone, which I offer you. I am attracting high vibrational love, sacred joy, aligned manifestations, and healing at the deepest level of my soul. I didn't write that. I found it on Instagram, but I have it on my phone. Every time I unlock my phone, I say it. So see, like this. So the thing is, I offer that to you, but I mean, it's like you're never in a place where it's not going to be of some benefit to have a mantra. And so anyway, there you go. And that will help you move out of that energy. Like that will help you make a fundamental choice to reprogram that also tells the universe, hey, I'm moving, I'm ready. I'm gearing up. If you're bringing this person into my life, I'm going to show up for it ready. I'm going to show up for it in an energy that can really take that leap of faith, that can truly take that leap of faith without letting these things back here make the difference. So this is choosing as if this thing is definitely coming in, as if it is definitely happening, is definitely here. You have the Knight of Swords. When your choices are reflecting this desire to have your manifestation brought into reality, and that you will be prepared to take a leap of faith without bringing past experiences in, without bringing limiting beliefs in, it's coming towards you in a very, very, very big hurry with the Knight of Swords. That is a very, very fast moving energy. All right, let's go one more in. Wow. Wow. So good. So you have the Sun, the Three of Pentacles, and the World. And I'm obsessed. I mean, how can it really get better than that? So with the Sun card, obviously this talks about happiness. Oh my gosh, you guys, Lord have mercy on my soul. You have the Sun, which is, this is clarity, this is healing, it's honestly coming across to me right here as vibrational alignment. You with you, and you with everything that you want, everything that you are attracting. And so you have the High Priestess here, and this is like, I mean, obviously it's your energy, but it's like this is such high vibe right here that I just can't even describe it. It's almost like it's making me feel like I've been stuck in helium. You know what I mean? Like I could just float away at any minute just to even try to interpret this energy for you. It feels like being so in touch with your highest and best self and your intuition, and when you're moving intuitively, that Five of Pentacles is nothing. That Five of Pentacles can't touch you because you're moving intuitively. Everything that you're doing is coming from your highest and best self, and from this super zoomed out perspective of you know, health and well-being and clarity of purpose and clarity of what you're aligning to and who you are and what you're about, and everything seamlessly, really being at one and at peace and in harmony with each other. Like you with you, you with the universe, you with everything that you're attracting. And there's nothing holding this energy back. There's no challenge really to this energy, because it's so high vibrational that anything low vibrational can't resonate with it, can't hang with it, can't be with it. And then you have this 3 of Earth being clarified by the freaking Emperor. You have someone who is also in their divine space, in their divine energy, coming in, who wants to share a vision with you, wants to collaborate with you, wants to plan with you, and wants to build with you. And with the World here, this is the official end of a cycle of being disappointed in love, it feels like, in partnership, in trying to make something work with the wrong person at the wrong time. You have 6 of Wands on the other bottom of the deck. This is success and victory. Wow. And then the 4 of Wands underneath that, partnership, marriage, connection, oneness. Pisces, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say here, but I mean, it's possible and it's unfolding in the tarot, and this is your energy that I'm tapping into, and you know, so believe that it's possible, right? All right, so let me get you guys some messages. If you are dealing with a water sign, you are getting, you are my star who outshines all others. It's easier to stay away now than to lose you later. Where do we go from here? So we meet again, my friend, through space and across time. If you are dealing with a fire sign, I love you, I hate you, I can't live without you. You are my destiny. I want to be there for you, there to take care of you, and my entire being and body is attracted to you. If you are dealing with an earth sign, I want more with you one day. Our connection is so beautiful, but it's also painful and confusing as hell. All I ever wanted and needed is you. I saw myself in you the first second I laid eyes on you, and I was not looking for something like this. And then, if you're dealing with an air sign, you're getting, I want to create with you. You are always so sweet. I always hope to have you in my life, and your name is following me everywhere. All right, guys, this is what I have for you today. I really hope it helps. I think this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. I mean, the world and oneness. The world is oneness. I mean, it actually is the oneness of all that is, and being connected to that. I mean, Pisces, your energy is on fleek. It really is. Take advantage of it. That's all I can say. I want this for you so bad too. So, man, you guys, I am sending this out with a prayer to the universe. Let it be so. All right. This is what I have for you. I hope it helps. I wish you all the best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.